Good evening. It's Artzenin. Welcome back to another insight. I know, it's been months since you all have seen me, and I have a valid reason, but rather than go down that rabbit hole, I'll spare you the theatrics. I had cancer. It's not a big deal. Please, do not pity me. I don't want your empathy. I don't want your pity. Not because I'm mean or because I wouldn't appreciate it, but I've had such a hard time with my health in general. To learn about the cancer just seems so last century. I've been dealing with other health issues on top of the cancer. The cancer was actually the easiest to get rid of. It's everything else that has suffocated me and made it to where I have struggled to update. So I'm fine. I'm back. And we got 15 minutes to talk about one of three things. I can pick up with Snapshot, Season 1, and go back to Yina. I can talk about Sparks, male or female, or I can just close out, leave all that alone, and start over fresh with a different collection, with different characters. It is a hard choice, and I've decided I'm going to talk still yet about Snapshot. Where I was sick, Snapshot, everything that I do was put on hold, but I'm still very passionate about the Christian variation of Life is Strange. Unfortunately, there have been developments in the story, and when I got sick, I could not get to Season 2, let alone finish some of the journals. So now let's back all the way to the beginning of Snapshot. So for those of you who already know, this is a little bit of a recap. For those of you who are just now meeting me, this is your fresh introduction to Snapshot. I've already made a video about Snapshot, what it is and the message. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to go about it another way. I struggle to explain my work to people. If someone comes up to me and says, "What do you do? What is Snapshot?" I have a whole buffet of options I can give them. Snapshot is the Christian version of Life is Strange. Snapshot is talking about the 7 powers that is mentioned in the book of Reuben. It's going to teach you the Greek and the Hebrew origin texts. There's going to be representations of Christian allegories, Christian content. Snapshot is the story of this girl and her platonic soulmate and another mysterious person over here who has another platonic soulmate, and they all meet in this real life card game, and they answer to the T Council, because I can't say the other word, or TikTok, even though this is for all platforms. TikTok will flag my video and ban me over nothing. So yeah, I could try to say all those things, and you all are still going to be confused, wondering, why should I give you money? Or why should I read your free content? Why should I invest? I think you all should invest into my work, because I'm not your typical Christian fantasy, romance, young adult author and novelist. I go into places that people don't understand, or they understand and they skew the pure meaning of it thereof, or it's taboo. Platonic same-sex soulmates do exist. Platonic same-sex soulmates that have a platonic romance exist, but that's taboo. Christians don't want to talk about that. Christians want to say, nope, sexual soulmates all around. You cannot have a platonic holy lover. Yes, you can. Christians do it all the time. His name is Yeshua Christ. We are his bride, men and women. Is my king polygamous? That's called chada. That's a Vaughn. If he was polygamous, then why does he say that people who engage in that act can't come into the kingdom? If he himself is polygamous, he's a hypocrite. But in Tehillim, Proverbs, it says that there are 7 things that Elohim hates, detests with a passion. Hypocrisy is one of them. 266, which I endorse, the canonical 266, which I know is a turnoff for people. It's all through my work. I'm talking about these themes in Snapshot from start to finish. What I like about Snapshot is it explores the supernatural in a way that leaves you wondering what I did and why I did it. Why would I show these devout Christians in Purity Veil and then show the detailed exchange of the prince, a demon, a demonic prince, talking to these kids? Why would I do that? Why would I show the realism of the trafficking that is involved with lead you? And I know I'm saying that wrong, France, but your language is hard, so I'm saying lead you. I know it means the game. I'm just pronouncing GU wrong. Because people don't want soft, cushy, unrealistic storytelling. People don't want it because I didn't want it. I wanted to be able to experience the book, the Bible, in a very visual way, but I couldn't see it in my head. So when I saw these groups in my past make productions of scripture, they were interesting, to say the least. VeggieTales, that didn't actually relay the truth behind what really happened between David and Goliath. Esther, Judith, Susanna, Daniel in the lion's den, the New Testament, their apostles and the disciples and what they went through. It was graphic. And I could not find writers and producers that could bring that graphicness to a visual screen, because that's how I learn. I am a visual audio learner. Not everybody is a visual audio, but I am. So in my work, I said, not only am I going to bring the scriptures to life, I'm going to bring it to where these kids and young adults are. They are not going to be found in the church. They are not going to be found at Sunday school or VBS. They're going to be found on the highways and byways, and highways and byways might be the form of a video game, might be the form of a manga or a donjua. It might be the form of Hollywood productions like Batman, Superman. I had to go where they were. And Snapshot goes into the LGBTQ plus community, which is the very community that Yahweh Jehovah said, go. Talk to them, help them, represent me the right way. People don't know who I am, though. People don't trust Christians, and they shouldn't. We shouldn't trust, period. Scripture says we're not supposed to trust people, lay up trust in princes and horses. We're not even supposed to trust the one who sleeps in our arms. We're only supposed to have full bitachon in Elohim for reasons, because humans pesha, humans betray, humans will fail, humans will let people down. So I get that part. People weren't going to trust me, even though I have this great series of creations and books, even though I'm so passionate. They don't know me. But they know Life is Strange. They know Steven Universe. They know Gumball. They know Lion King. They do know Spider-Man, Superman, Wolverine, Deadpool. They know who these people are. So what I do is I create Christian variations of what they love, still give them the themes that they love, but with holy, pure undertones. And Snapshot, that was my debut. That was supposed to have been my year, because I purposely released it 2 days after Life is Strange Double Exposure had dropped. I released mine 2 days after this. And then I got sick. Bad. And there for a hot minute, I didn't think I was going to be able to finish Snapshot. There for a hot minute, I also thought that people were going to read this work and me not be around to explain my motive, what I meant, the context of my writings, the context, period. Because I know people are going to pick up Snapshot. It's going to happen. I'm just going to go ahead and say it. They're going to look at Deja and my Maxine Sarsfield, not Caulfield, Sarsfield, whose nickname is Maxie. They're going to look at Deja and Maxie and go, they're lesbians. But they're not. They're going to look at the exchange between that prince and Deja and go, witchcraft, demonic. But it's not. Context matters. And I wanted to be around to see the community evolve. I wanted to be around and see people coming to me with those hard questions. Artzenin, I don't understand why you did this. Artzenin, why are you pushing platonic soulmates so hard? Why is it so important to you to Christianize this genre, this franchise that is way more popular than you, that has done more than you, and has memorable, lovable characters for who they are? First and foremost, I am not stealing Chloe Price and Max Caulfield. I am not stealing the original authors and creators to Life is Strange, or Deck 9 and Square Enix, who now have the copyright and ownership of Life is Strange. That is not what I'm about. I am about trying to reach people in fantasy who happen to like this stuff, because I want them in reality where Yeshua Christ is patiently waiting to love them, to show them, where Ruah is waiting to love them, to show them that there's another way, that there's more to this than what we think, that the supernatural, the spiritual realm, as they wrote it, as they prophesied, as they spoke it into existence, what it means in context. A lot of these franchises touch on the supernatural. It is way out of context. And in a lot of cases, that's the only lens that people will have. That is somehow, some way, humanity's lens to what they think the spiritual realm is and how demon and seraphim behave, how spiritual politics work. I want to wake them up and show them the danger of those ideologies, of those rhetorics that these plots push, but in a respectful way, so the original creators do not get offended, because they're just expressing themselves and what they believe and what they feel is genuine. I'm not there to stir the pot and make the LGBTQ plus community sacrifice what they believe in. No, if they believe that that's their way, they should do so unapologetically. But Yahweh Jehovah says, I have another way. It will save you. Give me a chance. And that is why Snapshot was so important. It was giving the community I have been called over to witness to, specifically, that chance, that way out if they wanted it. And if they didn't, that's cool. That's fine. So what happens? What's going to happen now that I'm back? Well, Snapshot is on pause until I'm fully better. Snapshot will be reassessed. I'm going to rewrite it. I'm going to make it even better. And I'm going to post it on Anointed Works' website. And when I get the money, on my own author website. I'm going to post it on my publisher's website. It's still going to happen. But it will be happening at a much slower rate. This isn't what I wanted. I was so excited to present this idea, this Christianizing secular works to the public. And I still am. But now that I'm sick, it's not going to change that drive. It's just going to change how I go about it. So we didn't really get into much today. It was more of just a recap of, this is Snapshot, this is my passion, this is why I do what I do. I will be back. I will drop another vlog because I am way behind in season 2 with Insights of Artzenin. Thank you for listening. I hope to see you later. And we will probably be talking about Yena or another player or another deck in the second addition to this video. Much love. Bye.